Hello everybody, hope you're having another blessed day. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing you guys the best deck in the game, the one you cannot deny. It's been the best deck for 3 years, Dark Warrior. Okay, Dark Warrior, we already know, you've been on the channel, you know it's the best deck, you can't deny it. Outlet, who cares? Adventure, who cares? This Despa stuff, who cares, man? You got Dark Warrior, it's all you need. Armageddon Night, it's all day, you win the game, that's it, you win the game. Alright. But yeah, I'm moving my new project profile. You know, I've been playing a little bit online. I've been changing it up a little bit. And I feel like right now, this is my favorite way of playing the deck. Still pretty similar, just changing up some cards that are in the deck, you know, getting more of a lively feel, okay? It's pretty good. It's pretty good, okay? It's pretty good. All right. So yeah, so first we're going to start off with this deck. You know, something I've never done. I always said, do not do this. You don't need to. See how big this deck is? This is the first time I've ever decided to actually play a 60-card version of Dark Warrior. I've always been playing like 40, 45, 50. I even played 55 for a while. But I never went up to 60. Until now. Alright, yeah. We are playing finally 60-card Dark Warrior. My friends at the card shop were probably like, we told you so. And they can fudge off, okay? I dissed my own self. Alright. But yeah. 60 cards. Very good deck. Let's just get into it. And after we go through the deck profile, I'll show you guys the two kind of main combos. Kind of change up the extra just a little bit. So it kind of helps out some of the problems this deck face after you make your board. Alright. Now starting off, best card in the game. Best card in the deck. Best starter in the game. Nearest Space Connector. I say this every time I make these videos. This card just gives you so much advantage once it resolves. Not only is this your one card combo, but also once you get a Dolphin, you can see your opponent's hand, rip out a hand trap if they, for some reason, did not use it on Connector. And it gives you that whole hand knowledge, tells you what you're playing against. And once you know what you're playing against, honestly, you know exactly how you play this deck to kind of counter those boards. Oh no, they have Nibiru. Well, you can make sometimes a board, or at least go far enough that you know you're not going to overextend to a Nibiru. So you know, okay, I don't get Nibiru. I may not go into Isolde all the way. I may just go do some random, like an Appaloosa pass. Okay, so there's some random stuff you can do. But yeah, Connector. 3 connectors, 1 Dolphin. And the other one hard starter is going to be the Torrent Scale. With the effect, this card 1, send a Phantom Knights to the graveyard, and we're playing both Phantom Knights, 1 Ancient Cloak, 1 Silent Boots. Again, this is the other 1-card combo. Only difference is compared to this one, with the connector, this one guarantees you can get an Appaloosa. It does provide an extender, because when you go, it's say Torn Scales, this card saying Cloak, Cloak to banish. You can add in Silent Boots, special summon Silent Boots by effect. Alright, and then when you send them both to the graveyard to go into Isolde, you can then banish your Boots early to get your rank up, but then Torn Scale's second effect, the Specimen Out, comes out, and you can use that with Destrudo to get into your Halki Fibrax and Halki Fibrax and Isolde into Appaloosa. It's very, very nice. Okay. So there's our other 1-card combo. Now, I also want to mention kind of Armageddon Night. He is and is not a 1-card combo. He's a very weird card. You do need to extend to make him a 1-card combo, but it's not bad to see. You're just more used to sending him by Isolde. Well, the summon from Isolde, not used to drawing him. But if you do draw him, as long as you have extender, you are fine. And this is basically like the deck monster, the deck boss of the game. You will see him 3-4 times when you play it. And technically the best card in the game, or at least in this deck, is Reinforcement of the Army. Now, I say Connector's the best starter, and it is. Thing is, though, Reinforcement of the Army not only gets you Connector, it also gets you our next, going to our next set of 4 extenders, our best extender in the game, at least for the warrior aspect. So it always just facilitates what you need to draw. So, okay, you have extenders but no starter, get your Connector. If you have Connector but no extender, get your next card I'm going to talk about, okay? So it's always there to kind of follow up, get you whatever you need. So yeah, that kind of covers kind of the starter engine, really. 3 Connector, 1 Dolphin. 3 Torn Scale, 1 Ancient Cloak, 1 Silent Boots. Then 1 Armageddon Knight, 1 Reinforcement Army. Now, starting for extenders, because guys, we're playing a lot of extenders. 60 cards, I think we're playing like 27 extenders. Yeah, that's a lot, but you know what? It's definitely worth it. So starting off, the best extender in this deck, Blue Mountain Butterspy. Reason why I say is the best extender in the deck, because you can chain block it with Connector. People really hate that, and it's always fun. You on across those couple of people who do understand that you can chain block. So they go like connector, activate fade butter spot, and they go like gamma, or they go ash and try to negate connector. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, oh, well, because why? Well, because technically both effects have to activate at the same time because they're on summon effects. So when they have the same time, you can pick the order. So always chain 1 connector, chain 2 butter spy. You always get the dolphin, discard for dolphin, rip that hand trap. Golden times, guy, golden times. Now, if you don't have the 1 card start, it's still okay. You can always just pair up another extender or another warrior monster, still into Holiday, so it's pretty good. Now, how much I love Butter Spot, and I say it's the best one because technically it is what you can just do. You always just win the game. Butter Spot connector basically wins your games. There's also Fire Flint Lady. We're playing free Fire Flint and get into some equip spells already. We're also playing free Durandals, which gets us into Fire Flint Lady. And this is this very big combo piece. Not only, okay, it's your extender, it's your normal stun if you need to, there's your 2 warriors, whatever. However, it also helps with a follow-up turn because we know we've been playing Unicorn for a while. We always need those free monsters. So as long as we get into Solidate our second turn, our second one, we always have usually like another Durandal since we play free in the deck. So when Durandal, get out another Fire Flint Lady, bring back, or if we already have the Divine Phoenix Blade, go into Unicorn, this card Phoenix Blade, bounce a card, okay? It comes up a ton when you play this deck. So not only is it a good extender, it's also good for follow-up turns. It's always that level 1 we can get for Unicorn. Going out on the second turn to kind of help with that OTK push for game kind of turns, okay? Now, more generic ones, we'll just go for it. We know what to do. Sinded Sage, no monsters, special summon. Junk Ford, no monsters, special summon. And then Super Quantum Red Layer, I changed it up from Photon Thrasher because one of my combos I need, the basic combo, I need a level 5. And since this is only level 5 extend I can think of, besides the Amazonas card that's coming out, which technically I think is better because Amazonas, whatever it's called, Chieftain, can actually set a Super Poly from your deck, which is weird. I've been thinking I'm playing it just because of that. But yeah, Super Red Layer is what we're playing right now. All of them have kind of the same effect. Control monsters or whatever. Special summon from your hand. Play it for no extender. Boom. I sell it. Alright. Quantum's really good though when it goes with connector. Okay, that helps you also hit like those random 2,000 hand traps or whatever like that. Let's say Gamma's 1,000, right? So it kind of forces the Gamma to kind of activate on the Dolphin. So you know, it's really good. Very, very good. And also guarantees to hit like any kind of combo starting in the deck. Most decks play. No one's gonna have like a over 2,000 normal summon cards, so really good. All right, so there's our other extenders or main monsters and extenders. Last one's kind of extender, more of like actually our second turn followed the guaranteed game. Playing to 1 and more Phoenix Gearfried. Usually I cut this card, but since we had the space to put it back in, okay, this is just one of those. Okay, you go into Cell Day. They don't usually like Ash or whatever the add effect because they want to like Ash to special summon, which is fine. But as long as you add this card and add this card for my Soul Day, even if you do get Ash on my Soul Day, as long as you can like hand trap them back on their turn, you can always make a Phoenix Gear free by going for banish the 2 more warriors to get your Divine Phoenix bad, and then you can banish Quick Spell, special summon Gear free, equip the Quick Spell, and this card's just really hard to take out. 1 monster negate, takes a monster, really beefy. You know, it's really hard to take care of. So honestly, this can win your games by itself, even when not Celtic gets stopped. Alright. And that kind of does for the monster extenders. Now we'll go for the spell and trap extenders, because right now we're only at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19. We got 8 more, I think. 8 more. Starting with Furious Barrel. I'm not been playing this card enough. I'm an idiot for not playing it. I don't know why no one told me I should have been playing Furious Barrel, so you guys should have told me that. Because some reason I haven't been playing for like over a year. I'm like, wait, Furious Barrel doesn't just like, you always use a thing of Furious Barrel, okay, if they hit my Armageddon Knight, I can Furious Barrel to send my Destrudo or Plague Spreader. Anything that's that strong. Then I thought about it. Furious Barrel can also just send a Silent Boots or Cloak, banish that, and then I can add like a Shade Brigandine. It's a guaranteed extender. I'm an idiot. So yeah, that was really funny. I wish I thought about that beforehand, but I didn't. So yeah, 1 Forged Barrel. Next 2 cards, playing Instant Fusion and Ready Fusion. Now going to the targets for Ready Fusion, Instant Fusion for the War Extender. We're all playing the level 4 Karabana, what you want to call it, Karabana, I don't freaking know the names, but the Warrior card, mainly because it also is a level 4, can help us get into like an early Utopia double, going second to OTK. Sometimes some boards just end with like a weak board with no really negates, just a lot of hand traps in hand or whatever, like a Nibiru, I don't know. Let's see, Dark War no more, then we go into Collarbone. I don't know. I'm just trying to throw some examples out there, guys. But yeah, it's good to have level 4 in case you want to do a Utopia plays. But also with Instant Fusion, we are also playing the Millennium Ice Restrict, kind of like our hand trap negate. So see full combo, Instant Fusion into Millennium Ice Restrict. And then you keep that on the board until you get ready to make your Appaloosa, which is typically what happens when you have Instant Fusion in your hand. So yeah, 2 more extenders, either for hand traps or just to get the level 4 warrior. So that's pretty good. Put these back over here. More hand traps, not hand traps, but quick spells now. Got Living Fossil, get the level 4 from the graveyard. Pretty self-explanatory. Usually not the one, usually sometimes the one we send for my Soul Day. Over to Burial again. This one comes live if you have it in your hand and you know you get somehow hand trapped or you need an extender. A lot of times you can add that Phoenix Giftread, and if you realize, okay, you need to get that extender on the board, you can always discard Phoenix Giftread to bring back like your Connector, Dolphin, Jump Forward, whatever these wonderful extenders you use. This will always be able to bring it back because Phoenix Giftread will always be higher level than that card. And then the one DDR, because it is called Combo Piece. And also if we draw it, it's also extender if we draw it, because then on the Violent Cubes effect, we can always just bring back, like, add a Living Fossil instead. So you do get that guaranteed extender too. Alright, so there's our quick spells, the basic ones right now. And the last 2 extenders is going to be 2 Phantomite Shade Brigandine. Alright, typically I'll just play this at 1, because, you know, you want to play 1 once per turn. But I'm playing 2 now just because, you know, I want to open it up more often. It's also just really good to have, if you get extras, they kind of fall up on your next turn. So it's not bad. All right, all the extenders, guys. That's all the extenders, technically. 27 of those things. 27. Basically, half the deck is just extenders. Yeah. So we always draw those. We always draw those. All right, so yeah, 27 extenders, and I said this kind of engine here is what, 4, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 for this engine, 27 for that. That's 38 cards. All right, we still got 22 to go. Now, before we get into the last 16, I'll say, I'm going to talk about this last little bit here. These are the 6 cards we don't like to see. 10% of the deck we don't like to see, and I'm putting them kind of severity in by types, and that's, okay, if you see this card, it's not the end of the world. The first one is going to be the Strudo, the Lost Dragon of Frisian. All right, it's not the end of the world. If we do see this, that means when we go into Armageddon Night, we are able to then send an extender instead, like Phantom Knight's card, banish get Shade Brigandine, you get the extender for the Strudo, get the Appaloosa. So it's not bad, it's just not really preferred, okay? Because sometimes you do get stopped on your combo, it's kind of dead in your hand. So there's that. Next one, kind of the same thing with Frisian, no, Lost Dragon, you can technically still do stuff with it, even if you do get stopped, technically extend with it. But since there's the Elite, if you do draw this card, it's not the best, because you would be forced to use it as your first discard target when going for your DDR to bring back the Armageddon Knight, and then have to equip Armageddon Knight with the Phoenix Blade. So it gets really weird in that regards. But besides that, it's not the worst. There's way better things you can draw. So this is the one you always kind of want to have in your deck in order to just get a send for Armageddon Knight. And then the last one we just never want to see is Violent Cube. It's not the end of the world if you draw with Violent Cube, because I think if we have a Fabric, especially from the hand. But if you do discard in your hand, it's just not doing anything. It's literally just taking up space in your hand. You'd be 1 card short on your end turn, 1 less extender, 1 less chance to get that 1 card starter, 1 less hand trap. So, you know, it's just not fun. Right? But it does happen from time to time, and thankfully it's just not the end of the world. Next card we do not like to see is the Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Launch. This is how to get into Kali Yuga, the best boss monster in the game. You cannot stop it. And basically, with Rank Up Magic Launch, if we draw it, it's not too bad. It's on in combo. I think it's that in combo we are able to add in like a Shade Brigandine instead. Which if we know about that turn, you don't have any hand traps, we may wait till the end to go into Appaloosa by using the Shade Brigadine. But oftentimes when we do get this late, because we don't get to add usually to like the end of the combo till after we use our target for Appaloosa to either keep the Hout code, go into a whatever. All right. Typically at that point, you know, we can't do anything else. So we just usually just keep this in our hand until they follow up the next turn. And the last two cards, first one, Defiant Phoenix Blade. We don't like to see it. We don't like to see it. All right, we draw it. It sucks. It kind of like Vine Cube. It just does nothing for us. And we just either got to get special summon it out. Well, like Vine Cube got special summon out. This one, we got to make sure it gets to the grave. So whenever this is in your hand, make sure it's equipped to your first two monsters before you go to Isolde or you lose the game. I've done it a couple of times. I'll go, let's say, Normal Summon Connector, go into Dolphin, discard a random card, not this card because I'm an idiot sometimes, and then I go to Isolde, special summon Armageddon Knight, and I'm like, wait, how did I get this to the grave? You don't. You do not. So yeah, big misplays. And then the last card, this last card here, you already know what it is. It's double or nothing. This is the only card, if you draw this, you cannot make Kali Yuga go full combo. You still make a board with like a Spell and Trap Negate, an Appaloosa, and whatnot, but you will not be able to go full combo, and that really sucks. Really sucks. You know, and that's why I switched to 60 cards. I was playing 50. I could not stop drawing this card for some reason. 150 cards, yeah, it still doesn't matter. You're going to draw every 2 games, apparently. So we're going to 60, and I haven't had a problem with it yet. But, you know, if it does come up, do know you will have to play the grind game. Get the Immortal Phoenix gear free. Try to survive with Appaloosa, survive with Dawn Dragster, and just kind of keep poking for gain. You're in the grind game if you draw this. All right. So that was the 6 kind of tech, not really tech, but engine pieces that you have to play. Talk to 6 bricks, but, you know, technically not a brick. And, you know, you can do Edel stuff if that happens, okay? So I don't really call them true bricks because those Edel stuff you can do that guarantees extender as long as you still have to play. So it's kind of weird. Except for that one. You, I hate you. I hate you. And then last, not least, 16 hand traps. Yeah, you heard it first. 16 hand traps in a combo space deck. Yeah. Your boy's insane. Your boy's insane. That's why this deck's so good. Okay, yeah, we have a really consistent engine of we just need 2 Warriors, extenders, and boom, we got full combo. And it also lets you play as a ton of hand traps. So I feel like I'm confident like Zoo. It's easy to get full combo, and you always have hand traps. All right, so we'll just go from real quick. Ash Blossom, yeah, this best hand trap. Stops really any combo-based deck. Cool. Next, Infinite Impermanence. This is really nice, especially even if you top deck it after your opponent makes the board. Like those boards in like with some kind of like random like Zeus based card or whatever. You just starve this and take out that negate. Win games. Then going into our 2s now, we play free Ash, free Imperm, playing 2 DD Crow. Very good in today's meta, especially with all the targets I want to banish from the graveyard. Get rid of that stuff. 2 Effect Veiler, again, it's good to start those combo based engines. I need that normal summon or effect to sin or spell summon from the graveyard, whatever. Good target for that. And then also play 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Again, it's a good one to hit those all the fill spell, like stack or just continue spells like Eldritch. I think there's some stuff like the Brands of Loss, stuff like that. You know, honestly, just hitting like stuff like Halka Fabrics, okay, to get the spell summon of the tuner, but then you lose that link too, which you kind of need to kind of extend with. So, you know, it's good. All right. And a lot of times I'm playing it because, you know, you do see up here the cross-out designator, so playing multiple hand traps kind of bait those out. And then our last 4 cards, Dark Ruler No More. We're playing it at 2, mainly because, you know, this card does nothing against our deck. If a opponent plays Dark Ruler No More, I'm like, okay, cool, Kali Yuga negate. The board's negated. I don't care. All right. But it's really good for us, especially when we're going second. Okay, this can just stop a board. We go for a combo. We clear the board, and we establish a basic Dark Ruler again on our turn. So, really good. And then because, again, cross out, the 1 Nibiru. Well, I'm playing 1 Nibiru, not even in the side deck. This is the only one. Because, you know, we only play this so we have a cross-out designator target because this is the only thing that beats our deck. Really bad. And then I count this as a hand trap. It's our last equipped spell in a deck. Axe of Fools. A lot of people do not play as a Dark Warriors. I do not know. Since a lot of equipped spells people use, like, there's like the Infernoble, whatever, that throws a spell and trap, who cares? You know, more like Monster Gates are the really best thing. And a lot of times they just send it to graveyard anyways. So let's play Axe of Fools. If you draw it, cool. You can then negate your opponent's monster effect. Whoopie-doo. All right, so like I say it's Bolo Savage Dragon. It's like the most nostalgic, like Appaloosa. They have the end of Appaloosa. No. So, it's just very good in that regards. All right. So, yeah, there's our 16 hand traps. All right. Let's get into extra deck. Now, you already saw the first 2 cards. Carbon and Knight, Lame Eyes Restrict. Those are instant and ready fusion targets. You know what they do. Then we're playing 2 Isolde. I always say you have to play 2 Isolde. Mainly because, this comes out, of course, if you follow up play in the second turn to get into unicorn, bounce cards, whatever. But a lot of times, if you play your hand right and you don't kind of overextend your extenders early, like say you have like a Firefant Lady, you go into like Isolde your first time, you go for the add effect, and a lot of times they'll like effect veil or imperm you, and like haha, you don't get your add Holy Spell summon. And you just follow up with your extender, use your first Isolde and your extender to go into the second Isolde. You won't be able to get the add, but you didn't be able to still get that special summon, which catches a lot of people off guard, and they'll usually leave the game right there. So it's very nice how you're able to do that. But even if they pop the card for like a Ghost Ogre or Gamma, sometimes you have enough extenders in your hand, you're fine. All right, so 2 Isolde. The 1 Appaloosa, we need that for our little combo piece right there. If you do get the extender, you get the Appaloosa, and that will also kind of win you the game, because you just negate all monster effects before you go into Kali Yuga. Next is the Halki Fibrax, which got banned in the OCG recently. Hopefully it doesn't happen in TCG anytime soon, because Hulk gets banned, then we'll probably have to go some really wonky Palator Dragon free DDR thing, which I don't want to go back down that path. Even though I'm pretty sure that path would guarantee the Appaloosa play at the end, but you know what? Why not about that game? Why not about that life? So, 1 Halki Fibrax. Then 1 Unicorn to wrap up the links. Again, this is what a follow-up card is, kind of bounce those set cards or random monster, or even like a Nibiru token. I bounced those before for this. It's kind of funny. All right. Now going to a Synchros, we know the man, the myth, the legend, the Dawn Dragster. As soon as you make Dawn Dragster, our set cards usually safe. A lot of times people try to like standby phase, go into Cosmic Cyclone or Twin Twister to pop the rank up, and this protects it. Okay. I see people try to go like Light and Storm or Raigeki to try and pop cards. Again, this just kind of baits out negate. Now, what's important about this card, though, usually after you use his spell Trap Negate, it usually just sit there as fodder. But now, with our new kind of tech engine we're using, we'll also be able to go into our Croco Dragon and also a Shootin' Riser Dragon. Thanks to a Halki Fibrax combo, we can now use Dawn Dragster with Riser Dragon to make Croco Dragon guaranteed, even if we don't use it in the gate. All right, and I'll go into more into that once you go for the combo. All right. And then finish up with the XYZs. You know them. Utopia Double, which can go to Utopia, just to attack for game. Where you go into Kaiser Effect, which then will let you spell summon another Big Eye, and a Utopia, and then follow up on your opponent's turn with the boss, the king, the myth, the legend, the man who scares everyone to death and no one knows his ruling correctly, except for me apparently, is Kali Yuga. Negate your board. All right. So that is going to be our extra deck. Boom, boom, boom. The legend. And to follow up with the cards we're playing, the side deck. Everyone loves the side decks. They're going to win those matches, and this is how we do it. Starting off, we do not like, when we go first, we didn't like hand traps. So playing a bunch of hand trap hate. Playing a free cross out. We saw, if we just go through it right now, we'll play in, let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different, main staple hand traps. We don't play the Gamma because that takes up a lot of space. And so else we don't play. That's really it. We don't play Gamma. We don't play Droll or Lancia, which really hurts his deck. But besides everything else, we're pretty set. So Crosshair Designator takes care of all those problems. Also playing the Exchange. I used to play the Drag Down to the Grave, but I didn't really like it. Mainly because I didn't like how opponent used to draw. And now with the 60-card deck, we have less of a chance to cap those combo pieces in the hand, like the Violent Cube or the Double or Nothing. So once you have an extra extender, we already have Isolde on the board or whatever, we can just go into Exchange and take out that hand trap, at least see what our opponent's playing. So that comes up really nice. All right. And then the last card for going second, I would say really, is the one Called by the Grave. Or going first is Called by the Grave. We did play it in the main deck, but I want to put Nibiru in there instead. All right, and now the other kind of decks we hate trap-based decks. yeah, floodgates, fun stuff. You know, we gotta love those, don't we? All those Eldritch cards, all the Thunderblies, all those whatever. Yeah, we gotta love them. So we just hate them, and we hate them by using first Lightning Storm, just blow up the board. Then we're also playing free Twin Twisters. We're playing a Harpy's Feather Duster, and to follow up, the Red Repeat, which technically can also count as like an anti-hand trap card, no more infinite impermanence, so it does that too. All right. And that follows up our side deck. All spells in one trap. Either we play the 7 cards to say no to hand traps, or the 8 cards to say no to back row. It's all we do. All right, and this depends if we're going first, going second. What are you going to do? All right, I have to throw my cards. But yeah, that is the whole complete deck profile. Now, quickly, let me go through the combo real quick, and the 2 combos, and we'll go from there. All right, we're back. I got my whole thing set up now, and we're going to go through both the combos. The one you already know probably from the channel is the 1-card combo, the connector, 2 wars, whatever. So we'll go into connector. Connector's going to special summon out the Dolphin. We can use Dolphin Effect. I'm not doing it right now because I have no cards in my hand. The Dolphin Effect, look at the opponent's deck. You know what they're playing at. See their hand, rip a card out, whatever. Use both those cards. We're now going to go into Isolde. Isolde is going to have the effect to add a warrior monster. We'll look through our deck. We're going to add the Gear Free. Now, depending on what opponent's playing, if we saw like some random hand trap news going to stop Isolde, maybe we would go into like a Torn Scale so we can follow the second Isolde next turn. Most of the time, still you're going to go with the Gear Free. Now, Isolde's second effect. You're going to send your Quit spells. The ones you're always going to want to send is going to be your Overdone Barrel. You're going to want to send a Durandal. You're going to send the Phoenix Blade, and you're going to send the Axe of Foes if you're going first. Because, you know, if you're going second, you may want to add this card maybe. Probably had more of a chance to draw it. But going first, you're not going to need to negate any monster effects. All right? So send those 4. Get out the Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight effect. Send the Destrudo. If I can find the darn thing. There's your Destrudo. Destrudo effect. Target Armageddon Knight. So summon it. Use Isolde and Destrudo. You can now go into Halki Fibrax. Halki Fibrax effect. You can get out Vion Cube. And with Armageddon Knight and Vion Cube, you're going to synchro now into Dawn Dragster in defense mode. Make sure you put it in defense mode. You don't want this card to randomly get destroyed because you negate it with Kyle Yuga. Vion Cube effect, you can now add your Quit spell, which is going to be the DDR. And now you do Armageddon Knight plays, using that fun Divine Sword. Divine Sword, banish Armageddon Knight and whatever other war you got. You got plenty now. Get to the hand, discard for DDR, bring out Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight, you're going to send now your Zephyros the Elite. If I can find him at. Where you at, though? Where you at? And boom. Zephyros the Elite. Add the DDR to my hand. Pop Armageddon Knight, spell summon out, take your 400. Divine Sword again. Send no warrior with Armageddon Knight. Add it back to our hand. DDR for the last time to bring back the Armageddon Knight. Alright. And the Armageddon Knight to send our Phantom's Knights, be it Cloak, be it Boots, it does not matter. I prefer to send Cloak because technically you can extend with a Torn Scale Boots. Cloak effect then will banish to add your rank up spell. Alright, so there's a hand up here. And now we can overlay these into Utopia Double. Double effect, detach Armageddon Knight. You can add double or nothing to our hand. And this will get you now into Utopia Kaiser. Now, sometimes I really know my opponent. I'll then go, okay, now make sure I DDR or Define Sword right here. I'm going to get rid of my Armageddon Knight and my Last Warrior. Just have it in my hand. No card. You don't know what it is, even though you know literally all my cards, technically right now, except for whatever cards I may have, hand traps, whatever. Then here, you can basically just end the board by going to Kaiser, which does not attach your after effect. Get out your Utopia and Big Eye. Then detach your Zephyros Elite. And then you can set your rank up. And that's usually passed right there. Now, how we change this board a little bit. Let's say we have drawbacks and AshCaster. It's a little combo here with this. Because you already know to play. Eventually we're going to go rank up with Big Eye to go into Caliuga. Now what we do now on whatever opponent does, let's say to start with a spell trap card to pop this. We go drawbacks, we take off that, we lose our 2 levels. It's a level 5 now. What we do in resolution of that, when they activate drawbacks, we go AshCaster's Banish to bring out the Riser Dragon. And on resolution Riser Dragon, we can send a card to reduce its level. Now, we want to eventually be able to get into that Croco Dragon. Croco Dragon's a level 9. So we got a 5, we need to get a 4. So we need to send a level 3. Thankfully, we have a bunch of targets for that. We can send a Torrent Scale. We can send Boots, which opens up the Shade Brigandine on our turn. Or we can even send a Jump Forward. Alright, a lot of times I may go like the Torrent Scale route already, so I'll just send a Jump Forward. This to get it out of the deck. Alright, and then whenever the next fan activates, we can then synchro these off. Get that Croco Dragon, which helps us draw another card, be it hopefully a hand trap. And also, it now gives us the quick play ability that we can pop a card. And you look at our hand already, we can pop a guaranteed probably 2 cards. We can discard 2 here, discard 2 here, 2 free pops, all right? So that's really nice, all right? Now, what we can also do instead, let's say opponent does not really play a spell-based deck, all right? But we still want to get that pop effect. If we're not having use this effect, we can still go Riser Dragon effect to banish. Well, not banish, but when you get them out from AshCaster, instead of sending Junk Forward or level 3, we can send Red Layer to make him actually a level 2. And then 2 and 7, we still get into the Croco Dragon, draw 1, 2 pops. Very good, all right? And that's the base combo. That's his base combo, okay, guys? Now, the other combo I'll show you about real quick is, again, the Appaloosa. You've seen that a ton of times. But, you know, we'll get into that real quick. All right, and then here is the Appaloosa combo, which, you know, then is just 1-card combo or any way to get free warriors. So, again, special summon, normal summon, get the Dolphin. And then go from there. You're going to go into Isolde. Solde to add your Phoenix Gearfried. Then, if you use Connector, you can then send it to Graver to get a second Aqua Dolphin, but we're just not going to do that play. We could then go Isolde effect, send our equipped spells to the grave to bring out Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight to send Destrudo. And then Destrudo to special summon. Now, typically from here, we've been having to use Isolde and Destrudo get into Hulk. But since you have Extender, we can use our Extender and Destrudo. Forgot to put this guy in the bottom deck last time. To get into a Hulk that way. Which on Hulk summon would then get us the Vion Cube. What you would do from here, especially if you don't know what your opponent's playing, you go Hulk and Isolde first. To get into your 2 material Appaloosa. Alright, 2 monster negates. You're safe from Nibiru now. Hand traps, you're good. Alright, and from there, you just go regular combo. You know how it is, you know. So we'll just fast forward from there so you see what the kind of inboard is. Alright, and then as you can see, the follow-up play is basically the exact same. And instead of having the AshCaster though to go into the Croco Dragon, we have 2 Appaloosas. Alright, so yep, that's it. That's basically all for combo both ways. Of course, enough extenders, you can go Appaloosa and Hulk into that play, which, you know, would end with something kind of like, looking like, where's my Hulk at? Down here, I think. It was something like that, for board looking something similar to that, which, you know, this gets really common in Dueling Book because you cannot just go overlay to here. So yeah, that's full combo here if you get more extenders, but again, Appaloosa is this. All right. But with that, that's going to do today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You guys help support me, and it helps me make more videos for you to enjoy. Now, of course, if you have any more questions about Dark Warrior and why this card is just, this deck is just the best one ever, you just got to look up Caliuga, guys. Caliuga is our Lord and Savior. But with that, you know it's time for me to say, hope this week is blessed, and hope you see you again in the next video. With that in mind, I'm out.